all for coming here today. We have a lovely presentation. Each quarter we do a presentation with our therapist team here, and this quarter we are collaborating with our speech therapist. And I'm sure you're wondering, what does technology have to do with speech therapy? Well, I'm going to let them talk about that. So, without further ado, we'll pass off the mic to Rob and Renee.
Welcome, welcome. Can everybody hear me okay? So we are talking about outsmarting your smart device, so technology, and how does that apply to your life here? So we want to walk through these scenarios with you and just give you a good idea of what these technologies, different technologies. Can you hear me okay, Raul? Am I? Okay. Yes, what the different technological devices that we have, the smart devices, what they can do for us in our lives, and what they can do for you here at Friends Home. Do you want to?
Sure. So, just a few little lines of housekeeping. I hope that you all took a moment to sign in the back. There are going to be some fantastic smart door prizes for you today. We don't want you to miss out on a chance to win something fantastic. Some of this is going to be demoed for you here today. So at the round table in the back, there's some little slips to fill out. We're going to draw for those at the end. We want to thank you all for coming. We encourage questions and comments as we go, so don't hesitate if we're talking too fast, too soft, too loud, to just throw your hand up and we'll do our best to accommodate anything that you might need or want to know. Do we have a remote clicker?
Right here.
Yay!
Good.
So when some of you think of a smart device, you might think of a Maxwell smart device, right? We probably aren't too far from phones and shoes. Actually, one of the smart devices we're going to talk about later or just mention in passing is now they have smart insoles you can put in shoes. So if you have a family member, whether they be young or old, that might be a wanderer, believe it or not, you can buy a smart shoe sole that has a GPS tracker in it. So what makes, yes?
There's some background music.
Are you doing yes. Alexa, or Echo, stop. That's a smart device. So a smart device is basically something that allows you or another device to interact with it. So things are usually connected via the Wi-Fi network or Bluetooth. If those things sound unique and scary to you, you're not alone. It's just a way for things to magically connect via the computer network that we have here at Friends Homes and on our telephones.
So, why use technology, right? Staying connected with family and friends, information at our fingertips, simplifies life, provides entertainment and hobbies, whether that's games. Some folks like to play games on tablets, on their phones. Health, safety, and independence. There are so many aspects of technology now that provide safety features, to track if someone has fallen. You can track medications, all kinds of things with health and safety. Remote control from home. You can, as we'll talk about in a little bit, operate. You can connect to a smart device that will control lights and TV, various items in your home, and obviously it'll minimize costs associated with care as well, and being able to access certain information.
Does anyone here have a smart device? A smartphone? connectivity, but we can point it at her television and it has a cursor on it. So rather than having to arrow up and down to choose what you want to watch, it's like a magic wand. You just wave it at the TV and point the button when it lands on what you want. It's pretty awesome. Oh, one thing I wanted to say, have any of you heard of air tags or tiles? If you've heard of an air tag or a tile, I brought a tile. We can pass it around. Tiles are a little more outdated. Air tags are really new. This little tiny thing is a GPS tracker. I left my wallet on an airplane once, and luckily it was here in Greensboro, and it was the last flight of the night, so the plane wasn't going anywhere. And the next 2 or 3 days later, I got some tiles in the mail because my friend's like, that's really not good. So tiles are a little, like I said, it's a little tiny GPS tracker. It's super thin. They have different varieties of them, and I can slide it into a slot in my wallet and nobody would ever know it was there, but it would alert me if I got too far. It'd send me an alert on my phone saying, you left your wallet behind. I had another one for my keys. It was a lot more durable, and it was smaller and thicker to protect it, but it would say you left your keys behind, or I could locate my keys using my phone. So tiles and air tags look a little bit like a dog collar tag. It's about that size. And people are using those as well for the same types of purposes, and they're putting them on their pets. So that would be kind of fun if you had an outdoor cat to see where your cat went all day. Other smart devices, bird feeders. Rob says he knows somebody that has one of those bird feeders. I think that's pretty
My
awesome.
young nephew.
Go back for me. One that I really two I want to emphasize off this list I think are really awesome are the smart stove knobs. Did not know those existed until I started doing some research to share with you today. So you can monitor and control the stove. So if you have a loved one that you're worried about using the stove, could be a child, could be an adult, but if you don't want them using the stove while you're gone, you can see if they've been on it, or you can turn it off. I thought that was pretty awesome. I will say they were not cheap, but what a safe, a lot safer and less expensive than a major accident from that. And then the other one is this ring. I don't know if you can see it very well from back there, but that ring will monitor many of your body's systems. It will monitor your heart rate, your sleep patterns, rest, fertility. I'm not worried about that at this stage of my life anymore, but you might know someone who is. It'll track your sleep, your recovery, your balance, just that little ring. Now, some of these, like the doorbell, if you have it monitored, I don't have it tell me when somebody comes to my door unless I'm at home. But I could pay extra. But something like this ring, you have to subscribe. So it's a subscription-based service. But water bottle, our rehab director, Mark, has a smart water bottle, and it glows, and it tells him when he's supposed to get more water or drink more water. It's pretty interesting. So the possibilities and the list of products, excuse me, are endless. These are just some that we thought y'all might be interested in.
Okay, so talking about smartphones, most of you may be familiar with the iPhone. There's also the Android. They offer many, many things. As you can see, it's flashing the different apps here, all the different things you could do with what's it called, a control center there, playing music. You can take your smartphone and display it onto a TV. So many different things. Being able to access your calendar when you're away from home. You have the ability to pull your phone out and check your calendar. Also, FaceTime or Zoom, if you all have heard those kind of things, with family. Some great opportunities with smartphones. You can also use those to read from, read books. Some folks read the newspaper by their phone. So again, these are other things that a smartphone can do. Counting your steps keeps track of your health, your activity level. You can create voice recordings, little reminders that you need to tell yourself later on in the day, or to send someone a voice memo. And like we said, like Renee said earlier, you can use your phone to control other smart devices. Shopping online, all of these different things, playing games, solitaire, all kinds of word games to keep your mind active. So there are many different things. Learning a new language, there are different apps that help you to learn a language if you're going on vacation with your family. Like I said, managing calendar, listening to audiobooks, ordering prescriptions. How about MyChart? Do a lot of you use MyChart? So you can use MyChart on your phone, and that way you can pull up, your latest visit summary with your doctor, or look at your current medication list, all on your phone.
All right, let's talk about watches. I loved the Jetsons. Loved the Jetsons. When I was looking for fun little pictures, there's some website out there that tells us how many things the Jetsons actually got right. Like things that they did back in the 60s or 70s, guys? How many of these things actually happened? I'm still waiting on my Rosie the robot to show up to clean my house. That has not happened. So just like the phones, we had iPhone and Android. That is also true for the watches. So I'm an Apple girl. I have an Apple Watch, I have a MacBook, I have an iPhone. I like the seamless compatibility of how that works. And Apple's not dumb. They knew what they were doing. And then, so you either, if you have a cell phone, if you have a smartphone, not a flip phone, but if you have a smartphone, it's going to be one of those two, Apple or Android. And so that's true for the watches. The Apple Watch came out really early, and it has this same kind of boxy style, and so Android's also adopted some of the watch manufacturers. They look like an Apple Watch too, so I guess it's important to some people what it looks like. But Apple Watches always tend to look like this, but Android can be a bunch of different digital configurations. And Jasmine is going to talk a lot more about watches, especially as they relate to fitness and wellness when she comes up. The cool thing about a watch is I can do almost anything on my watch that I can do on my phone. I can read a text message, I can send a text message, I can control devices. If I'm listening to music, I can advance the music on my watch. If I want to take a picture, I can set my camera up and run over here and smile and click the shutter on my watch. It's very, very interesting. Those of you that really enjoy getting out and walking, you can get updates on your path, how many steps you've taken, where you should turn, all of that kind of great stuff. This is just one of the many displays you can get on your watch, but these icons would also match up to what's on my phone, so it makes it pretty streamlined to learn how to use the Apple Watch with the Apple phone. I'm not getting paid by Apple, by the way.
Okay. Tablet computers. just a larger version, basically, of your phone. Sometimes, as we age, our vision changes, so maybe what's on the smartphone may be a little bit too small to read or to interact with, and so a tablet computer, whether that is from Android, like we talked about, or an iPad, those kind of devices can do just pretty much the same thing, or just about the same as a smartphone. Some of the apps that are not compatible maybe with the smartphone are compatible with the iPads, with the tablets. You can also text, email, video calls. I think video calls are a wonderful thing with family that's scattered about the country or overseas, when you can connect in that way. That's a wonderful thing.
And you don't have to have an iPhone to access a lot of the capabilities of a tablet. For example, my mom didn't have an iPhone for a long time, but she had an iPad, and so we could still message because she had an account, and so we text messaged from my phone to her tablet. So if you're thinking that you might like to have a tablet but you don't want an iPhone, let me just say, you can still use a lot of the features. You can still surf the web, you can still make video calls. It's still super useful.
Smart TVs and remotes. Controlling your TV with voice commands. They now have that capability where you can press a button on the remote and talk to your TV.
You can say to it, go to Netflix, and it would open up your Netflix streaming service for you.
And if you're visiting with family and friends, and you've taken a lot of pictures on your smartphone, or you've taken pictures on a digital camera and put them on your computer, you can still have the ability to display them from the phone or the computer and project them on the TV. So a larger slideshow where everyone can gather, and not everyone is around the little phone. So it's a lot, it's a lot of fun that way. Let's see, video cameras and speakers.
Okay, so I'm gonna hop over here to this side of the room. There's a lot of different smart speakers. A lot of you have probably heard of Alexa. Apple makes one called a HomePod, and no, I don't have one. I have an Alexa. There's a Google speaker, and you can say like, hey Google, I brought today some for you to see. So this was one of the first generation Alexa devices. It still works. You just say, hey Alexa, and it, I want to hear such and such, or I want to do such and such, and she'll respond. Some of the things you can do with a smart speaker, we were having technical difficulties ourselves this morning, but I have a smart bulb in this lamp, and I just couldn't make all the dots connect this morning, but I could say, turn on such and such light. Alexa would turn on the light for me. This is another version of an Alexa device. This one is newer, and it's flashing because it's mad because it's not connected. But this one will also display a time. It will display a message. I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in and hope that she comes on and says hello. We'll see how that works. And then this is kind of their newer version, and they are making these a little bit bigger and different colors. But this one is called, I'm going to spell it, because if I say its name, it's going to wake up, E-C-H-O, show. So, hey Echo, play classical music.
The station, Ultimate Classical, on Amazon Music.
Echo, stop. Oh, Echo's being sassy. Echo, stop.
And you didn't have to touch anything, you just use your voice.
I'll do it from over here. Echo, question for today?
Okay, here's question of the day. Welcome back to question of the day. I hope you enjoyed the game today. Come back tomorrow to gather more points and learn something new with the question of the day. Bye.
Now, she did that to me because I've already asked her the question of the day. It's just a trivia quiz that's daily and it keeps up with your total, so I'll ask it something else. Well, before I do that, this one's waking up and you can maybe see the readout. It says hello. So it would also have the time. Echo, what's the weather for today?
Currently, in Whitsett it's 85 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies. Today, you can expect lots of clouds and thunderstorms with a high of 88 degrees and a low of 71 degrees.
That's something that I frequently use it for. It does all sorts of nice things for me. It's pretty funny. So that's what the device I just showed you, that's what she has. This one and other Alexas have drop-in capability. So if you have a sister that lives in California and she has the same device, you can say, Alexa, drop in on Susie. And Susie would get notification that you're wanting to talk to her, just like an intercom, but you're thousands of miles away. You can also use the camera. There's a camera on that, and it has a little shutter so you can close the camera if you're worried about it. But that's what this lady's doing. She's video calling through her Alexa device, which I think is pretty awesome. And speaking of video calling, Rob, if you would.
And I just wanted to say one little thing real quick about the smart speakers. At my house with 3 little ones, we love a spontaneous dance party. So, so my little ones, you know, they're learning how to ask it to play a certain song too.
If you would like to see Rob give a spontaneous dance party right now.
You have to stop by my house. I'm happy to do it there with my kiddos.
Who remembers this? And then press it again. And hope we don't have
Calling the Jetsons. Jetsons. Ah, it's a phone. I'll get it. Morning, George, dear. Ah, morning, Gloria. Honey, it's your friend Gloria. Did you look at one?
Gloria? Oh dear, I can't let her see me looking like this. I've got to put on my morning best. I'll be right there, George. Hi, Glor.
Hey, darling, don't you look lovely? How do you do it? Listen, we've been hoping you and George could drop in this afternoon.
Oh, we'd love to, Gloria. But George and I are going shopping for a new car.
A new car? Oh, isn't that wonderful? Oh, Jane, dear, I'm so happy for you. Oh, dear. I have to hang up now, Jane.
Poor Gloria. How embarrassing. She lost her face.
Yeah. What are you taking your mask off, honey?
You're very, very funny, George Jetson.
But when we watched this then, didn't we just dream about the ability to have a video call? We can do it anytime now. It's crazy how easy it is. And let me say another word about video calls. You can do it without a tablet. You can do it without a phone. You can do it without a smart speaker. And that's one of the things we'd love to show you how to do sometime. Some of the things I've already mentioned that you can do, like monitoring your home, like my doorbell. We've done a little bit of the listening to music. If you have an Alexa device, you can tell it to add stuff to your Amazon shopping cart. It's pretty amazing. I'm not doing that. I don't want my teenage daughter to know how to do that, so I'm not demonstrating that at home. But setting timers, I probably use that device probably more for anything else when I'm cooking dinner. Hey Echo, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
And I don't forget that I've got something in the oven that way. And so she's gonna go off in a few minutes. Does anybody have any questions about smart speakers or smart devices, watches, phones? All right, Great.
Renee, could I say something?
Sure.
Please? My name is Karen, and I'm a former Grinch.
Here you go.
My name is Karen, and I'm a former Grinch about this. I didn't know anything about it. And then Renee and Brandy have just dragged me through the swamp of technical terms. And now I really can't believe that if I ever say anything like, oh, computers, please tell me to chill out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
Thank you, Karen. No, we appreciate your comment. Okay.
Tech to keep you connected. Email, text, and messages. Video calls, like I mentioned earlier, with Zoom, FaceTime, Skype. Social media. Some of you may use social media and some may not, and that's okay. But there are so many ways to stay connected with family, with friends, seeing someone else, what they're up to, trips that they've been on, people they're with. Just a quick and easy way to put pictures up. Care Merge here, and other apps that you can use. Silver Sneakers, Pacer, MyFitnessPal. But Care Merge has become something big here in the ability to look at the facility calendar, to know what's being served in the dining room, whether it's Kohl's or Hub. Being able to see all of those announcements, new updates of what's going to be closed or whatever's going on that maintenance is going to be doing. So there's a lot of different things to stay connected with. Okay, online convenience services. One thing that I have loved doing with residents here at Prince Home is Harris Teeter shopping, whether it's on the iPad or on the computer, do it on the phone, but going through the different categories of the grocery store on your phone, and you have a virtual shopping cart, so you add things to your cart as you go. It takes your credit card information, so you can purchase everything right there with a click of your phone.
I know a lot of folks are uncomfortable with shopping or banking online. I may be of a different generation, but I deposit checks with my cell phone. I rarely have to go to the bank anymore. And there are banks that are just online banks. So things are changing, but it does take a little bit of getting used to and getting comfortable with doing online banking.
And I have someone I'm working with currently who just donated his car recently, and so he's figuring out transportation needs. One of those up there is Uber, and so his family is going to create an Uber account for him, and I'm walking through the steps of how to use it so that he can have different transportation, different ways to transport around the community.
And Uber and Lyft are new age taxi services for anyone that's new to those terms.
And in the middle, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but MyChart, it's wonderful to be able to use on your smartphone, on your computer, on your tablet. It's great to be able to have quick access to medical records. If you want to go back and see when you last saw Dr. So-and-so, you can easily do that by going on MyChart.
I'm going to go through these really quickly. We've talked about a lot of these different things that you can do on your smart device. I'm going to just go on past that one. And then we've also talked quite a bit about home automation. So if my light bulb had been cooperative today, I could have told my Alexa device to turn my lights on or turn my lights off. I can also do it with my phone. I have some outdoor lighting at home. If I get home at night after dark, I can turn the lights on from my phone from wherever I am or sitting in my driveway. It doesn't matter. I enjoy those conveniences. But I wanted to say, I hope that you took a moment to sign in the back, because we're going to be giving away some smart bulbs. and I have one smart wall plug, and we're also going to give away an Alexa that's like this one. And I have to say, we ordered them on Amazon Prime Day. They recently have, and they had great deals on everything, but apparently thousands and thousands of other people did too. So that smart speaker hasn't come yet, but as soon as it does, should be, it said between the 27th and the 31st. But there is a drawing for this speaker to be delivered also. So please sign in the back so you can have a chance to win some of our great door prizes we have today.
Thermostats in homes are not smart thermostats, right?
Sir?
Our thermostats here are not smart, right?
I don't believe so. The question was, are the thermostats here smart thermostats? The smart thing about your thermostat is you going over there and adjusting it with your finger. Yeah, there's not smart thermostats here, unfortunately. Yes, ma'am.
Explain what a smart plug is.
A smart plug. So, let's, a smart plug is a wall plug that has a little tiny microchip of some kind in it that you can pair to your phone or your tablet. And you can tell it, I want you to turn on at this time or turn off at that time. So you don't have to have the smart light bulb or to make the lamp work, or the smart whatever. Let's say it's the coffee pot. You can set your coffee pot up. You can tell the plug, I want you to turn on at such and such a time, and it would turn on. The plug lets an appliance that's not smart become smart. Those are great questions. Does anybody else? Thank you for asking them. Okay, we're going to turn it over to Jasmine. Stick around for some prizes. If you haven't and you want to register, please raise your hand and I'll come around with the slip.
Okay, so I'm going to connect a bit more with wellness. And of course, I have to start off with CareMerge because that is what we have to do announcements, our classes, our calendar, and services. So I took a screenshot where the top here, you're in the front page of the announcements, but if you scroll down, you'll see Wellness Center Overview, and we have a tab now on the bottom where it says Virtual Programs, and it has a list of all of our educational classes that we've provided. So this one that you're in here will be uploaded onto our Virtual Programs tab. So I wanted you to know that this is now accessible, so for folks that maybe a friend couldn't make it, you can now tell them, hey, go on CareMerge, they have it now on Virtual Programs. In the future, we will have our own classes on Virtual Programs, so if you wanted to do a Zumba Gold class and you can't make it, well, while you're on vacation to, I don't know, California, you can do Zumba Gold virtually. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the smartwatches that they mentioned earlier, and particularly I'm going to focus on just three, the Fitbit, Apple Watch, and Garmin. And all of these can track steps, heart rate, sleep patterns, and calories that you've burned. Are we all familiar with these three types? Yes? As you can see, I have mine on. I'm going to start off with Apple Watch. I am an Apple girly because my husband is an Apple person, so this was a gift from him, and I'm not going to say no. And the pros and cons is what I'm going to go for each one. Now, for Apple Watch, you can track your fitness. You can link it with other users, so if you have a friend who is working out, you can see them complete their exercise, and you can do a friendly, there's the alarm.
Echo, stop.
Okay. I think she's still talking. All right. And it has features where it can monitor your heart rate, GPS, and activity tracking. Health features as ECG app, fall detection, irregular rhythm notification. It is swim proof, although I've never tried it with this one. And then some cons, it can be pricey. Battery life is not the best. It probably lasts maybe a day or two, depending on usage. And then it's only compatible with iPhones, so Apple with Apple. And then we're gonna go into Fitbit. Maybe you've had this before, maybe not. But the pros here, it is user-friendly, so it's easy. It can also link with friends and family. It connects with many fitness apps, so MyFitnessPal. If you have a trainer, they can track your steps, or if you completed your exercise, all through your Fitbit. It tracks your sleep. It's also swim-proof. This one has a long battery life. It's compatible with both iOS and Android. Now the cons, it does not send notifications or reminders. It can easily disconnect from your wrist, so it can unlatch all. And then not all include a GPS. Then lastly, we have a Garmin watch, which the pros here is it's pretty accurate and extremely detailed activity tracking. It is water resistant, unbreakable, and then the battery life is amazing. It's 2-week battery life. Safety features, it has live track, incident detection assistance, and it is also compatible with both iOS and Android. Now the cons here is there's not many new features with it. The price can get up there. It does not include a GPS and a complex user interface, so it could be a little difficult to navigate, and then bulkiness. So I wanted to just talk about what we have, and I'm so happy you brought out the smart water bottle, because I thought this was really interesting too. And I just listed just a few of different water bottles out there. So they track water intake and they remind you to stay hydrated. I don't know how many times if you come to one of our classes, we say, did you bring your water? Are you drinking water? Because that is just so important that you are getting your water intake. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Hydrate Spark. This one's more advanced. I don't know if that's what you have.
It is.
Yes, it is. You love it?
Love it.
Love it. So it tracks when you take a sip, and then it will notify how much you still have left to drink so that you can reach your goal. Now, this video, I'm just going to do like a quick little the presentation of what Hydrate Spark is. But an alternative is Water H. It uses Bluetooth to track your water intake, and it connects with an app. So special features, water quality sensor, and then it has a nice fancy LED light on the bottom. And then if you're saying, Jazz, this is way too much, then you have your classic water bottle that has the label on top that has a little measurement. So it's a printed reminder on the outside of the bottle. We'll see if this works. Okay, so I'm going to talk about smart clothing. As you can see, I'm going through water bottle with clothing. I had a lot of fun just researching what's out there. Clothing that has sensors that can monitor your physical activity, posture, and other health metrics. So active look glasses that you can see in real time your elevation, your heart rate, your performance, calories burned, speed, time, distance. I put the prices because it is crazy how much they cost, but to think in 5 or 10 years how accessible it will become. I mean, we just don't know, but this is what we have now. And I have a video, and we'll just watch like maybe 5 seconds of what that looks like in their perspective. We have Hexoskin Smart Shirt, which is a shirt with built-in sensors that can track your stress level, your quality of sleep, health, and performances, and that ranges from $249 to $899 per shirt. Yes. But who knows? 10 years, it might be 30 bucks. Nadi X Smart Pants. These are pants, yoga pants, that actually can tell you your posture and give you real-time feedback to correct your alignment. That's $299 per yoga pants. Sensoria Smart Socks. You talked about insoles. We have smart socks that has pressure sensors that can track your foot landing techniques, cadence, and stride length. $398. Yes, it's crazy out there. But the technology is growing. So this right here in the top corner is the glasses. So if you were to put it on, this is what you will see. He's riding a bike, time, elevation. Hey, pretty neat. And then this is the shirt.
We've created Hexoskin so people can live longer, healthier, happier lives. The Hexoskin shirt has 3 types of sensors: heart sensors, chest and waist breathing sensors, and a 3D movement sensor located in the electronic device connected to the shirt.
Hexoskin is as easy as getting dressed in the morning. Designed for comfort, it allows you to gather and review scientific-grade data on your heart rate, breathing, and activity levels. Hexoskin provides real-time feedback
So
of
we'll
your
stop
progress
right there,
that you can
but-
share with your coach.
Let's see. So pretty neat to have that data on real live time and feedback. And I believe this is my last slide, but are we familiar with VR, virtual reality? It's been out there, there's games, it's like these big chunky goggles that you put on, and then you enter into this virtual world. Well, now we can have a game that takes you through a holistic approach. So meditation and more relaxation. So this company is called Trip, T-R-I-P-P, and it's a game. So you have whatever goggles that you're using, and you buy the subscription or this game, and they will take you through a series of different games. So if you want to help with control, staying focused, relaxing, breathing, this is what that has. So meditation experiences, helping users to relax and reduce stress. And so this will be my last little clip. And this is what you would look like if you had that on.
The breath is a powerful tool that is always with us. As you train your breath, you'll create changes in the world around you. Watch the rocks lift and glow as you tap into the power of your breath.
And I just want to say that the VR is not just limited to this. You can also use it for for cognitive games. If you want to travel to Paris, you can go on Google Maps and you can see Paris. Or if you want to go to, your old high school, you can virtually get there and look at the streets around you. So there's just many opportunities that you can use for VR in wellness. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the team back so they can finish us off. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, I know what you're waiting for, the gifts, right?
Last call for anybody to sign up. All right.
You're gonna go ahead and do the drawing. No? Okay. So now, what do I do? That's what you might be asking. So if you are interested, if you're excited about it, if you're confused about it, we want to help you through your understanding and maybe embracing the little bits maybe that you've heard. Maybe some of it you weren't so interested in, some of it you would find interesting to want to dive into. So we have some brochures on the table back there on how to get in touch with us. Obviously we're here to talk to you now. But if you wanted to take a brochure to find out more about what a speech therapist does overall, brochures are back there. And we also have some cups and other little Trinity rehab items. We want to go ahead and do the drawing.
Sure. Are y'all excited to see if you're a winner? Okay, so I'm gonna draw first. I'm gonna put these items here and I'll let you choose. So there's 2 light bulbs, and they are a little bit different. I believe one, you can actually change the colors. Like this one changes from warm yellow to cool blue. And this one has an array of colors. So if you're wanting to feel festive and do green for St. Patrick's Day and red for Christmas, you can have at it. That's the one in the white box. And then this is the smart plug that I talked about earlier. And then the last thing we'll draw for is the Echo speaker that will be delivered. All right. So I'm going to draw your name, and whoever I call, you can just come up and choose one of these 3. How about that? Okay. Gordon. He left. Oh, I hate it for Gordon. Must be present to win. He was so close. Marsha, come on down. Marsha Frost, come on down. You are the first chooser of multicolored light bulb. They're smart, so I will come or Rob will come and we'll show you how to use it, or the plug. Marsha took the plug. All right, so we have 2 light bulbs. This is for one of the light bulbs. D, Patty, come on down. I hope I'm reading y'all's names correctly. All right, so this one has many colors. This is the bulb of many colors. Well, yes. There is, but you take a brochure in case you have difficulty and we'll come help you out. There you go. Awesome. I should have let you answer the question about a smart plug. You're not here. Sorry. Rod Edens. Rod, are you still here? Oh no. Viola Britt. Miss Britt, come on down. You won a smart bulb. Yes, she wants to take Rob with her. Please, take Rob, please. All right, so this is for the speaker. And I believe I ordered a white Carol Letiza. Did I say your name right? Oh, I'm sorry. I tried. Okay.
Carol Letizia.
All right, so
Beautiful.
you have won a virtual speaker that will be delivered. And we have your contact information. So I'm going to write on the back speaker. And somebody will get it to you. Yes, ma'am.
Renee, does someone here have Alexa? Because we don't have Alexa, and this works with Alexa.
Does somebody want to trade Marsha?
Or do you have,
Do you want light bulb?
do you have Alexa?
Uh-huh.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we have a couple of the smart things. They work great. I can always use one more.
Thank you.
Awesome. I love it. So please, 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 for friends that didn't make it here today, if you're hearing them say at Cobles or in art class or at yoga, oh, I wish I could have gone to that. We have brochures available. We are happy to help. We do lots of things related to memory care, swallowing, eating, drinking, thinking, breathing, speech, language. We're more than just smart technologists, but there's information about that in the brochure as well. But our offices are located down the hall and just outside the assisted living nurses station. We're also in the directory under therapy or rehabilitation services. And we can't thank you enough for joining us here today. Thank you so much, and be smart.